Nobody's ready for what could go down in Seattle in the next few hours. Seriously, something big is brewing behind the scenes, and the question is, are we ready for it? While the team keeps climbing on the field and earning more and more respect around the league, the whispers are getting louder, decisions are coming that could completely flip the season on its head. But like always, there's a cost. Young talent, draft picks, fan favorites, everything could be on the table. So, take a deep breath. Because today, all signs point to one thing. Seattle's pushing beyond ordinary. And the first clue, it's dropping right now. Explosive. That's the word inside the Seahawks front office to start the week. When a guy like Jay Glazer says Seattle's being very aggressive at several positions before the trade deadline, you know the message is clear. John Schneider is all in. That 38-14 beatdown of Washington wasn't just dominance, it was a warning shot to the rest of the NFL. This team believes they can go for it now. Sam Darnold, once seen as a short-term gamble, has turned into the engine of a confident, efficient offense. The locker room feels it. Players talk about contagious energy, and the defense, led by Devin Witherspoon and Leonard Williams, plays with that old-school fury that takes you right back to the Legion of Boom days. But hey, not everything's perfect. The O-line still has cracks. Anthony Bradford had a rare good game, but consistency is the monster under the bed. And with quality linemen hard to find, Schneider knows every phone call counts. That's where aggression meets risk. Add depth without breaking chemistry. Then there's the wide receiver room. Jackson Smith and Jigba's been elite, but Cooper Kupp hasn't clicked yet, and rookie Torrey Horton, though explosive, is still a bet. Inside the building, the debate's heating up. Go shopping or trust the growth? And then, the injury bug. Josh Jobs in concussion protocol, the secondary's thin, and yet Schneider refuses to part with Rick Woolen, even with all the rumors flying. Makes sense. Trading a young, athletic corner in a season full of injuries would be a brutal mistake. Insiders swear Seattle's making calls for specific needs, not selling off pieces. That's the fine line between being aggressive and being desperate. The front office wants to strike, but without betraying what this roster's built on. And the old-school fans feel it, a scent of ambition we haven't smelled since 2014. Seattle doesn't just want to compete, they want to dominate. But what if going all in costs the future? What if the price is too steep? Because if Glazer's right, the wave's about to crash, and the next story, it makes this whole thing even crazier. When Adam Schefter talks, the NFL listens, and this time, he dropped Seattle right in the middle of the storm. On Pat McAfee's show, Schefter threw it out there. Seattle's a team to watch. That one line hit like thunder after the Commanders game. The ESPN insider confirmed that teams have called about Boy Mafe and Rick Woolen, two cornerstones of this defense, but added that Seattle's not trying to move them. Read between the lines. Schneider's willing to make moves, but only if it's a leap forward, not a step back. And that's where things get wild. Sources close to the team say Seattle's exploring a chain of connected trades, a domino effect where one deal opens the door for another. We've seen that before. It's the same strategy that brought in Leonard Williams and rebuilt the core of this defense. And right now, fans can feel that tension. The last time Seattle was called a team to watch at the trade deadline, the roster got flipped on its head overnight. The vibe's eerily similar. The team's hot, confidence is high, and the idea of getting even better has the fan base buzzing. But there's one huge caution flag, the offensive line. The coaching staff's terrified of over-tweaking and messing up the chemistry Darnold's built. The dude's playing the best ball of his career, and insiders say he's one of the biggest voices pushing to keep the group intact. Still, they need depth. Badly. And there's another layer to it. Emotion. Mafe and Woolen aren't just talented, they're symbols of Seattle's new defensive identity. Losing one of them would cut deep. Schefter was cryptic, but he dropped one chilling line: if something happens with them, it won't be a one-off move. That's been echoing all over social media. Could mean a large-scale shakeup. A multiplayer, multi-pick deal that flips the board. And while fans go crazy with speculation, the front office stays completely silent. No leaks, no denials, Just that tense calm before the storm. So how far are they really willing to go? Because if the plan is to buy and sell at the same time, like Schefter hinted, Seattle's about to test its own limits, and what's happening on the field shows just how much that mentality's bleeding into the team's identity. Seattle climbing into the NFL's top 5 in the power rankings isn't just a number, it's a statement. Smashing Washington 38-14 on national TV was more than a win. It was a message. This team's for real. Under Mike Macdonald, Seattle's turned into a nightmare on the road. 11-1 away from home since he took over. What used to be weakness is now a weapon. And the engine behind it all? Sam freaking Darnold. The guy everyone once wrote off is suddenly in the MVP conversation. You can see his confidence, his poise, his command, the way he stares down third downs like it's nothing. This offense, once chaotic, now moves like clockwork. And the maestro wears number 14. Protection sharper, the run game's rolling, and the receivers finally balanced. JSN's been lights out, and Torrey Horton Jr.'s starting to blossom as the perfect complement. 2 clutch connections between them last game were pure art, proof that Seattle's future's being written right now in real time. And the defense? Back to being nasty. Devin Witherspoon's return lit a fire. He changes the whole energy, forces respect, and gets everyone playing harder. Big man Brandon Pilley's causing havoc too, forcing turnovers like a madman. But not everything's sunshine. Ernest Jones's injury hurts. He's the brain of that defense, the guy who calls the shots. Losing him could sting, and Josh Job's concussion adds more pressure. Still, this team feels different. No panic, just purpose. It's like they all know this isn't just a good stretch. It's a turning point. The power rankings just confirmed what the 12th man's been screaming. The Seahawks are back. But here's the wild part. It's not just talent driving this, it's mindset. This team plays angry, proud, and focused. And while the whole country's waking up to that reality, one name's quickly becoming the face of Seattle's new era. A wideout rewriting the record books right in front of us. Jackson Smith-Njigba isn't just balling out. He's making history. 4 straight 100-yard games, and now his name's sitting next to a Hall of Famers. At 23, JSN just became only the second player ever to hit 900 receiving yards in his first 8 games of a season. The last guy to do it, Isaac Bruce, back in 1995. 30 years later, a kid from Seattle's matching that mark. That's not just talent, that's insane consistency. Last Sunday night against the Commanders, he was untouchable. 8 catches, 129 yards, and route running so clean it made defenders look like JV players. Trey Amos, Marshawn Lattimore, both left spinning. JSN dissected every coverage, found every soft spot, and synced perfectly with Darnold, who looks for him like a soldier trusting his brother in battle. And that's exactly what he's become, the emotional heartbeat of this offense. Even without Cooper Kupp, Jake Bobo, and Dareke Young, the system didn't just survive, it thrived. Horton and tight end Elijah Arroyo made some big plays, but JSN dominated like a 10-year vet. There's a calm, a maturity to his game. He knows every route could be another chapter in history. What's more impressive is how he's grown mentally. Coaches say he's studying tape from legends. Larry Fitzgerald, Reggie Wayne, looking for that 1% edge that separates the greats from the immortals. And it's working. He sees the field in layers, where the safety flinches, where the corner opens his hips, where the timing cracks a defense. The stats tell the rest. 948 yards in 8 games, leading the league even ahead of Jamar Chase. The locker room talks about him with this mix of awe and pride. McDonald said it best. He's the kind of player who changes the tone of a team. And he has. Every catch, every drive. It's a reminder that Seattle's not just dreaming of greatness, they're building it. But here's the question. Can he keep it up through January? Because if he can, we're not just watching a breakout season. We're witnessing the birth of a new offensive era in Seattle. If there's ever been a moment where everything feels aligned for the Seahawks, it's right now. The teams among the league's best, the biggest insiders say the front office is ready to strike and a new superstar is rising in historic fashion. Whatever happens in the next few days could reshape 2025 completely. So I'm throwing it to you, 12th man. What's the perfect move at the trade deadline? Beef up the O-line, add a veteran corner, go all in on another weapon. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications, because if a bombshell drops, you'll hear it here first.